have 700 full-time employees and an additional 1,000 or so adjunct instructors. We have 9 regional learning centers and a total of 3 campuses. Our service area covers all the way up to the Aurora area, through Green Bay, and then over to Sturgeon Bay, Shawano area. And the bandwidth needs at those sites are always growing. We're adding video conferencing. The internet is used daily in almost every class, and so we had constraints on our ability to get that to the sites. We went out to bid for upgraded services, and Nsight was chosen based on their speed and cost. So I worked with Nancy on changing our options to use that bandwidth we were going to use for the internet to increase our speeds at our other sites to provide even additional services. So in April, one of the projects that we're working on internally was a new phone system that was all voice over IP based. So we needed to look at, while we're developing our new network with Nsight, how we can best utilize the new network for voice. So we started looking at using a VPLS network instead of MPLS so that the traffic is routed quicker and easier for the low latency needs of voice over IP. Well, the thing that impressed me the most with working with Nsight is that with me being new and all the major projects we're working on, it was still a work in progress as far as what it is we truly need with our network needs. And Nsight was very good at making the changes without impacting our end dates for going live at our sites for the VPLS network. One of our challenges we had with our previous provider is that we were stuck at very low speeds at some of our regional learning centers, and we would have problems scheduling classes, or in some cases would have to cancel classes because we could not provide the bandwidth that today's learning environment needs. So with working with Nsight, we know where our starting point was, and then we also discussed down the road where we think we will be in 2 years with additional bandwidth, and we know we're able to get to that. Our last site on the schedule for the new Nsight network services is our Luxembourg location, and that was also our most critical. It is a site that Nsight had to build fiber to, and the current speeds at that site was only 4 megabits per second, which is not enough to run a classroom of videos or even accessing day-to-day things. So we had to spend time figuring out how to schedule limited classes for that area, and students had to drive long distances to get to the other nearest regional learning center or campus to get what they need to get at. They said, we are way ahead of schedule and we can have your site up in 2 days. So our site was up 2 months ahead of schedule. It fixed all of our issues at the Luxembourg site, and we were able to carry on classes for both our NWTC students, and we also host classes for the local high school. The challenge I put on Nsight is that I was a new person to the school here for a contract that's already signed. We also had some new employees in the networking department, so we had a fresh set of eyes on what the needs are for the school. And Nsight was super flexible as far as changing the needs of the contract. Even though it was signed, they were very flexible on changing the services, upgrading them here, decreasing the speeds at this site, or whatever it is that we had asked for. It was the partnership that I was hoping we were going to be developing when I came on board. We signed a 5-year contract with Nsight for our network services, and the implementation timeline was 12 months. They were able to get it done in 9 months, which opened up our opportunities for the start of the school year that we would have normally not have planned for.